Again, welcome everyone. Happy Thursday. This special evening is always here, set aside for us to come and learn together about financial literacy and money matters. Money matters are important for us, for all of us, and every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time, we are here to tackle different topics that concerns our money and those money matters. So if you ever have any question regarding that topic, don't actually hesitate to let us know, because we do cover different topics every time to make sure that we learn together as a community. So tonight, our topic is based, it's actually like, it says every success starts with one step. So don't let your past mistakes define your future. All of us, everyone have made a mistake, a financial mistake at one point. You have failed to put up like a project you wanted, not because you can't, but because you feel like, is that for me? Can I be able to do it? Am I educated enough? Am I capable to do that? Maybe it's for someone else, but that is actually not true. All those are misconceptions we always go through. But again, some mistakes are good lessons for us. So tonight, we are going to look to tackle all that and discuss. And we always advise everyone actually to participate, because this is a learning space for all of us to be able to share the information, because we are a big community, we are family. Everybody who comes here is considered our family. This is a safe space for everyone to come and learn together. So again, my name is Immaculate Busingye. I am a financial professional, and I'm always overjoyed to be here to learn with you. So again, no matter what mistake you've made, one decision today can change everything, can change yourself, can change your family, can change your community just by changing your mindset. For us to be able to learn, I'm going to share a few slides here so that we can be able to, so we are able to learn together. We're going to share, but I'll encourage everyone to come on, open your mics at the end, and then share something. So again, as we said, our topic is every success starts with one step. Don't let your past mistakes define your future. So in everything that we do, as you can see this pyramid, we learn, we plan, we act, we succeed. You can never get to that top tier without doing all this. You have to be open to learning. If you're learning something new, like everyone who is here, that is a big step that you took. You take a step. We know this country, we can all be busy. Every hour, every minute counts towards what we do every day. But you taking a minute to come and learn, you taking a big step towards your success. You actually planning, saying that every Thursday, 8 p.m., I'm going to put aside that hour. That is part of the plan that is going to take you towards what you need to achieve. Then act. You learn, you plan, you act, then you succeed. So that is why we talk about here that every success starts with a plan. If you stay in the same place, it is going to be hard for you to be able to move from point A to point B. You have to make a step. Even a child is born without being able to move. They start with actually trying to sit up, they crawl, they walk, they learn. So even with us in our financial steps, we have to do something to move from one step to another. So I have my contacts here every time we have 1 hour, but we understand that 1 hour can never be enough, because we have so much to learn and so much to cover. So part of what we're going to do, again, we are talking about here, you being here, you're already investing that important time in your life, in yourself, in your future, in your family. That is the step, those are the steps we're talking about. Your past explains where you have been. not where you're going. So don't sit here and think that maybe I started a business last year, but I failed in that business because I was not good at it. Remember, we learn, we plan, we invest, and then we succeed. So whatever you did that didn't work last time, it does not define where you're going. Where you're going, when you make a step, is going to be a new place. It's going to be a new space. So today's goal is to move from financial regrets to financial confidence. How do we get there? We get to financial confidence by not defining ourselves with our failures, by not thinking that we are not capable. Everyone can be capable if you actually put in time to educate yourself. There are so many new things out there, so many new business out there. But are you going to learn if you sit stagnant and stay in your same place? Or if you take a step and actually go learn with people who have made it, it is going to be easier for you to be able to actually take a step and learn and move from one area to the other. So our learning objectives today will help us to understand why financial mistakes happen. Number one, again, all of us, everyone, even those people who you think that they are very well off, they made it in life. They have failed so many times. But what makes a difference between someone who is successful and someone who is a failure or who hasn't made it is the steps they make. But everyone, be anybody that you know that is a billionaire, have at one point failed in life. But the consistency, the time they put in to learn from their mistakes have helped them to actually move up. So these are the objectives we're going to do. Develop a strong financial mindset. Like we always talk about, you can never get anywhere if you don't plan how to get there. So if you want to actually succeed financially, you have to have that mindset. What am I going to do to move from stage 1 to stage 2 financially? You're going to think about how you're making money. If you're making money, are you consuming everything you're making? Are you saving something? Are you saving for that rainy day? Or you just actually being stagnant? So we are going to learn practical steps to build finances. Yes, again, moving from stage A to B, C, D, then we're going to learn how to protect the income we earn and the family we build. And then we're going to learn how to build long-term wealth through consistency. So everything we have here in our objectives goes hand in hand with our topic. Again, every success starts with a step. In these steps, they are going to show us how we can actually move from either the past mistakes we made, which have made us fail, to the future, which is succeeding. So part 1, that is step 1. What are we going to do? Again, everyone makes financial mistakes. But what makes it different? Most people were never taught budgeting. You're making a mistake, possibly because you're not aware. You're not educated. You make the money, but you don't know how to make a budget. You don't know how to do a budget. You make $2,000 a week. You end up spending everything because most of the things you're buying are just not even needs. There's things you want, but do you really need them? They fail to invest. Most people were never taught budgeting, investing, taxes, insurance, or retirement planning. That is why they fail in life. Why? If you make money and you're on budget, you don't invest or even save for the future, you're one step away from going bankruptcy. If something was to hit you, for example, God forbid, you're hit with a critical illness, a terminal illness, and then you're earning a paycheck to paycheck. If you miss 2, 3 paychecks away, you're done because you failed to budget and then invest or save some money. Or even think about insuring yourself and your family. Insurance does what? They take away. They take away responsibilities what are supposed to take. They take away all the risks. So insurance is the transfer of a risk. For example, if I get a critical illness, God forbid I'm gone. If I'm gone, the insurance company is going to come back in and take care of what I was taking care of. But if you're not taught to do that, you just know how to make money, but you can't budget, you can't plan, you can't know even how much of the taxes you're paying, it is going to be hard for you not to make a mistake. So some people, everyone makes a mistake because they were not taught. They did not learn. Most of the schools, people are very educated here. They finish high school, they go to universities, but most of the time, who is going to teach you? If you're lucky and you took maybe accounting, maybe economics, or some classes that go with that, you learn a few things. But nobody's going to tell you take an insurance for your life or your family. They will tell you you have to buy a car insurance because again, or home insurance, because they're protecting their assets, the bank assets. But for you, that you're none of their business. So what are the common mistakes here? Living paycheck to paycheck, drowning yourself into a lot of debts, having no emergency funds, delayed investing. Hey, say, I'm young, I'm still young. I will start investing when I'm 30. Maybe the job you have now is the best you will ever have. Or maybe you're young, you don't have as many responsibilities today, but 10 years to come, the children are going to kick in, you're going to have a home, your paycheck will be gone. So start now, don't wait. Overspending, again, we talked about that. You make money because you're not budgeting, you're not saving, you overspend everything. One source of income. Most of the time when we tell people, it is good to have a good job. We all once had that good job, but always try to have multiple sources of income because that job you have, if it's not your own business, even the business can lose money. If you lose that job and you live paycheck to paycheck, that is where you find yourself in trouble. So find some multiple income sources, like take a course and become a financial professional so that you're able to get money from different sources. If one job is gone, at least you have something to fall on. Have your small business. We are here, we are financial professionals here. Some of the jobs we do, we hold your hand, we show you how to start your own business. We work with you, you own your business, but we always tell people, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Because we work with you, we hold your hand, we show you how to do it until you're actually successful. The other mistake people make, having no protection. What are they talking about here? The life insurance protection. Are you making money? Yes. Is that money protected? What does it mean? If I'm the breadwinner, I'm the only person working in my family, I'm bringing in income to protect my children, my home, myself, everything. If I do not have like a life insurance, for example, and I happen to get sick again, the money I was bringing is gone. My family is going to be gone. Another mistake, no retirement plan. We talked about that earlier. So we have to avoid those common mistakes. The reason they are calling them common is because a big percentage of people, they make them. They feel like, hey, I'm working, I will still go back to work and make more money. But you never actually stop to think, what if? What if I'm not able to go to work tomorrow? What if I get sick and I sit home for 6 months? What if I'm not even sick? What if I am gone? What is going to happen to my family? So if you can all actually think about it, what financial lesson do you wish to have learned earlier? I don't know how old you are. I know how old I am. I know the financial mistakes I've made. If you think about yourself, What financial lessons do you wish you had learned earlier to solve the mistakes you made, or even to take the better step towards your financial success? So the key message, the reason we always have these discussions here, the financial literacy, this is our crusade. Our crusade to make sure that no family is left uneducated. We know how to work hard, but saving or protecting what we make is something we are never taught. Nobody teaches you to work, because if you need to make money to pay your bills, you will learn how to work. But protecting what you work for is something that actually keeps us backward. So the key message here becomes, mistakes are expensive only if we refuse to learn from them. We always have a saying that mistakes are, our best teachers, but they can be the best teacher if actually you learned from that mistake and correct it and take a step from the mistake to success. So let us not be held by the mistakes we make, but let us learn to budget, to invest, to look into those taxes. If you're investing, are you actually aware where your money is invested? Isn't your investment going to be consumed by a lot of taxes that could have maybe protected by a better investment? Talk to financial professionals. They are there for a reason. When we get sick, we run to the doctors, the hospitals. But when we are in financial hurdles, we don't remember to run to financial doctors. We are here as financial doctors because this is what we do on a daily basis. We can help you. We can learn with you so that you don't actually keep making the same mistakes that are going to end up becoming so expensive for you. Then insure everything that you have. All of us here, our cars are 100% insured, our homes are insured, our phones are insured. But what about the source? Is your family currently insured? If not, what is stopping you? Don't keep making the same common mistake that all commoners make. They possibly made those mistakes because they were not educated. But you made a big step here tonight to come and learn. Make it intentional. Keep learning and make a step to move away from the common mistakes towards your financial success. Again, you have to learn how to plan for your retirement. Today, you are strong, you're young, you're healthy, you're working. Days are going to come whereby you're not going to be able to go to work again. How are you going to survive in your retirement age? These are the years you need to be comfortable, but being comfortable will depend on the way you budgeted, the way you invested, the way you covered yourself. And that is why we are always here every Thursday learning with our communities. These classes are free of charge. Take advantage of them. The step number 2, your mindset shapes your future, your financial future. The mindset is what actually where everything actually starts or ends. You thinking that, saving or investing is for rich people. Who told you that? Because a problem is going to come to you whether you're rich or poor. A sickness is going to come to you whether you're young, older, white, or black. It's not going to discriminate. So we have to change our mindset for us to be able to actually head towards the financial success. So what are those mindsets that we have actually to do? Replace limiting beliefs with the growth questions. What are those limiting beliefs? Oh, life insurance is for people who are sick or for older people. Investing is for people who are making a lot of money. I don't have enough money. I don't make enough to cover even what I'm doing. Insurance is just, what am I going to die tomorrow? Replace those limiting beliefs, because those are the ones that are going to keep you in the problems, in the issues. Those are the mindsets we have to change. Ask yourself, what can I improve today? What can I learn? Who can help me? What is my next step towards my financial success? When we talk about who can help me, all of us were helped by someone else. Don't see people speaking, financial professionals, and think that they were always like that. No, we had to actually sit and plan and be like, hey, alone like where I am today, I need to make a step to better my financial future. So if I don't know how people actually got there, can I reach out to those people so they can help me? We are here. We don't even charge you. Come and learn with us. We are here to hold your hand, to help you again, so that you can learn and replace those limiting beliefs, because it is possible. It is very possible. So your future changes when you think, your thinking changes. There is nothing that is going to change with you, with your mindset, if you don't start thinking positively about your future. So it's not just about thinking though. You have to think and you have to act and you have to invest your time. I'll tell you, every rich person you've seen out there, they possibly don't sleep more than 5 hours and they have the money. You know, money can never come if you enjoy sleeping. Money can never come if you don't put the time. Everything good comes with a cost. For people who have been, maybe knows how you get to a diamond. For people who actually go to get those diamonds, you can never find it just floating on the sand. You have to you have to dig deep to be able to get to it. If you get it on top, possibly that is a fake one. So everything good in life, it has to be worked upon. You have to sweat for it. You have to put the time, but you have to know the steps. What is my next step? If you know where you want to go, you start making a plan. You start investing your time. You invest your thoughts and invest everything in you to so that you're moving. And then again, if you start moving, you start thinking, your future is going to change. There is a good quote here. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. So don't think that maybe I didn't get a chance to learn these great financial literacy lessons when I was young, when I was 20, 30, or 40. It's too late for me. Those are the same limiting beliefs we're talking about. Whenever you get a chance to learn, you never learned 20 years ago to plant that beautiful tree there. But now you have the resources. Now you have the information. Start today. Today is going to be your 20 years back. For that one who learned 20 years back, if you start today and invest whatever you have to invest in, your future is going to be bright. Growth today creates the freedom for tomorrow. Start now. Your future is waiting. But if you don't start, there won't be any waiting, because you're not doing anything. Where you are is possibly where you're going to stay. But if you start now, your future is going to be totally different. Step number 3. We talk about 5 steps to starting again. Remember, our topic was every success starts with one step. Don't let your past actually hold you back. If you made a mistake in the future, you didn't get a chance to plant that tree 20 years back, 5 years back, where can you start now? How can you start over now that you know what to do? Know where you stand today, because you can never get anywhere if you don't know where you are. So make a good review. Assess yourself currently, your current situation with honesty. Don't lie to yourself. Look at yourself. You have a family. You have children yourself. You 20, you 30, you 40, you almost 50 years old. You don't have an investment. You don't have a retirement plan for you, and you're about to retire 10 years to come. Where do you start? You're assessing yourself, your current situation. In honestly assessing your situation, you're going to find out that you're not standing on a firmer ground, and you're going actually to start planning as soon as you can. Of course, it might take you more to put it might ask you to put more energy, more effort. If you're starting to plan for your retirement when you're 50 or 55, you might have to do a double or triple the effort than someone who started 20 years back, but at least you're starting now. And you're starting, and you're going to have to learn instead of walking, but at least you're going towards something. The next step is going to be create a spending plan. Don't make all the money and spend it. Create your spending plan, plan your money with purpose, and control it. Because again, we remember, we make the money. If you work for someone, you're not even sure if you have a job tomorrow in this country, whether you have a contract or not. They have a saying that you are hired at will. You may be a permanent employee, but the employer here can wake up and tell you your services are no longer needed. That is what they mean by being hired at will. Same to you. You can wake up and be like, hey, I'm done. I no longer want to work here. It's a two-way. So you have to create your spending plan and make sure that you are planning, you are saving, you are investing, you're protecting what you have. Another step towards starting again, that is to rebuilding that loss. If actually you had made a mistake, now you're working to rebuild, actually correcting the mistake. Build an emergency fund. Prepare today for life's unexpected moments. What are those unexpected moments? You losing a job that was putting food on your table, you getting sick and you're not able to go to work, even you, something bad happening to you and you have nothing, no emergency funds, even to take you for 3-4 months. Because we all work so hard, we know that. But it will be so sad if you get sick today and you're not even able to cover your next 3 months. If you have a home, a mortgage, if you miss out, you might lose that home. If you're renting someone's home or someone's apartment, they might be lenient and give you a month, two, the third, the fourth, you may be kicked out. And your kids or your family won't be able even to put food on the table. That emergency fund, it is not even an option. It is a must if you have to run away from failures to success. Then you have made everything, then protect what you build. What does that supposed to mean? You're working, you're saving, you're investing. But are all the investments and the savings you have, are they protected? So that is a responsibility that you have to do to make sure that everything you work so hard for are protected just in case something happens. We'll give examples of how you can safeguard your money and your future. Make sure that you have a life insurance in place. The life insurance that covers you when you're sick. You have access to living benefits. You have a critical illness. You have a chronic illness. You have a terminal illness, and you're not able to go to work. You're not able to provide for your family. You're going to access your money and be able to actually continue living. The life insurance that actually protects you for the rest of your life. Because we all, at one point, we're going to go. But what are you going to leave behind as a legacy for your family and generations to come? Nowadays, we even have those life insurances that come with investment. It protects you when you get sick today. protects you when you die tomorrow, you get a tax-free death benefit for your family. You have actually retirement plan into that same vehicle with the same premium. Don't forget about health insurance. You buy a car insurance. Don't forget, I do, among all the products I have on my financial portfolio, I have those life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, property insurance. But I meet some young people, they tell you, oh, I'm young, I never get sick. Young people get sick as well. Young people are hit by accidents. We see that all the time. So don't be fooled with your age and your health. Make sure that you are protected. You have that beautiful property, make sure that it is also protected. So if your income stopped tomorrow, ask yourself that. It's a question. If your income stopped tomorrow, how would your family continue financially? That is the way we move from those mindsets, poor mindsets. Because don't think that I'm going to go to work tomorrow. What if? What if your income stopped? You're not even sick, but your income stopped. Your job stopped. How would your family continue? Are your kids going to be on the streets when you used to cater for them? It is a responsibility of every individual not to just think for today. Think for today and think for tomorrow and your generations to come. That is how a good person should be thinking. Invest for the future. Make your money work today for a better tomorrow. That's when we talk about investing and making sure that everything you make is not just for today, but you also save if something was to happen to you. We have to think about that and we have to be intentional in everything that we do. And then we move to step number 5, which was the investing. All these pillars they show us. This is how normally it should happen. Know where you stand, create a spending plan, build an emergency fund, protect what you build, and invest. Don't think about today, because the future is going to come when you're not able to work. So the betterment of your tomorrow is going to be determined by your today. The way you plan today, the way you save today, the way you invest today is going to determine if you're not going to be one of those 98 fives or 80s elderly people still working when they can't even move. So it is a responsibility. If your income stopped, think about that. You don't want that to happen. So now we're talking about part 4. Remember, we had the steps, one decision at a time. Don't rush, don't think that because I took so long to start, now everything is going to happen today. Everything starts with a plan again. You step, but those steps have to be manageable and they have to be realistic. Success is built through consistent daily choices. Save, learn, reduce debt, protect your family, and invest for retirement. Most of the people are actually being consumed by too much debt that they don't even understand how to get out of. So you find yourself, you open a bank account, then they start telling you can have a credit card. These credit cards, these banks are trying to make money. They're not going to tell you that they're going to charge you 29% of interest. They're telling you, hey, use it, pay all your bills on it. Yes, it is good to use a credit card if you know how to pay it back. If you can actually put all your spendings, your weekly, monthly spendings on a credit card, and remember to pay everything off when the statement comes in, it is going to help you build your credit. Because if you need to buy a home, you need to buy a car, you might not have enough cash to buy. If you have a good credit, a credit in this country is better than you having a lot of money in the bank. But the problem is, are we educated? How to use those credit cards, how to use the debt? Because you have a debt. If you don't pay it on time, those interest rates are going to be like 10 times what you're going to end up paying more, way more than what you took out. So if you don't know how to use it yet, hold off on it because it's going to mess you up than it is going to help you. But in everything that we learn in this financial literacy training here, we tackle all that. So if you need help on that regard, reach out to financial professionals. That's why we are here, to hold you, to hold your hand, to show you the way, because we are also fortunate enough to be guided by some other people who did it before we did. So again, we went through all this, saving and building an emergency fund and save consistently. It doesn't matter how. Again, we talked about one decision at a time. You don't have to save $1,000 a month. Start with what you can afford. You can start $100, $200, however much you can afford is better than nothing. Invest in your knowledge to grow your opportunities. You're not going to know anything if you don't put time aside to invest in your learning. Again, we talked about reducing that debt. Pay off the debt strategically and live below your means. So you see people using a credit card to buy someone a gift. So you're putting yourself in debt because you want to make someone else look happy. Be strategic in what you're doing. Live within your means, if not even below your means, but try to cut those credit cards. No, we're not telling you never own it, but if you can't afford to pay them and they're going to leave you actually drowned in the debt, please cut them off until you're capable, you're able to start being able to actually handle them when they were supposed to be handled. Everything's written in those small prints. Nobody's going to tell you, hey, if you don't pay this, we're going to charge you 30%. But that's exactly how the business works. So learn about it, use it wisely and strategically. And again, protecting your family, secure your loved ones, and prepare for the unexpected. That is what every human being should actually learn how to do. Here they're telling us small choices today, big results tomorrow. Progress is not about perfection, it is about consistency. What does supposed to mean? Everybody doesn't save $10,000 a month, not even $1,000 a month. But anything you're able to do, however small it is, you're planting something. And whatever you're planting, it is going to actually give you a positive results tomorrow. Okay, so part number 5. This is why we are here. The power of financial education. So when we invite people to come to these financial literacy classes here, it's not because we have nothing to do. No, we are trying to invest. We are giving back to our communities. This is a crusade. This is actually what we are doing to make sure that no family, no community is left behind without being financially educated. Our communities are very fortunate. These classes are here every week, free of charge. Come and learn. Ask questions though. Don't sit and leave. Make sure that when you come to these classes, you don't live the same way you left. Financial literacy helps you make informed decisions, avoid costly mistakes, reduce stress, prepare for retirement, and leave a legacy. All this, they are showing us these books. Knowledge, planning leads to freedom. But if we don't learn today, how are you going to build it tomorrow? You start with that knowledge of what you're doing. Then you use the knowledge to plan. And that planning and actually managing everything you have is going to lead you to a financial freedom, which is what we learn here every Thursday. So what are the common excuses that people have? We're going to look into the common excuses people have and then what could have been better. So common mistake number 1 or excuse number 1 is I don't earn enough. So when I start earning enough money, that is when I'm going to think about saving. That's when I'm going to think about investing. That is when I'm going to start thinking about protecting my family. getting that life insurance, getting that health insurance. Hey, you may be not making enough, but if something unexpected was to hit you, even the little you have is going to be a problem. So what could have been a better one? Start with what you have. You're making $1,000 a month, invest 100 or 50 or even 20 is better than nothing. I will start next year. Who tells you next year you're going to be there? Who tells you next year you're going to still have the job you have currently? Think about it. Who told you that next year you're going to still be able to do that? Start today when you can, because your today is the only time you have control over. So start whatever you're doing today to protect your tomorrow. I've made too many mistakes. So again, we're talking about don't let your past mistake actually be your guiding principle. You've made a mistake, but have you learned from them? What have you learned in the mistakes, financial mistakes you have made? If you don't learn from those mistakes, it is going to be repetitive. It's not going to help you. What can you do? Apply the lessons you learned from those mistakes and correct your past. Make changes to your past. Start over. We looked into the steps you can start over. Use those lessons. Maybe I used a lot of credit cards in the past and I end up paying 50,000 in credit cards. Now I'm done. If you're done now, what did you learn from it? Are you going to use another credit card? If so, are you going to be able to pay on time so that you don't incur all those interest rates? Did you forget to save? To save for emergencies, and then an emergency came and you had no way to survive? Did you get a critical, a terminal, and you had no insurance, or a relative did and they didn't have it? If you had an example of someone that happened to, do you think you're immune? No, you're not. Possibly you could be the next one. So if you think a neighbor had an issue, they got a critical illness, they were not protected, you could pick a good lesson from that and fix that issue before it knocks on your door. I'm too old. I'm too old. I didn't do it. Now it's too late. Yeah, actually, being too old, that is where you have to panic. You have to start working so hard, because being old without a plan, it is a disaster for your future. The best plan is the one you begin today. It doesn't matter how old you are. Start. The sooner you start, the better. And that is how it's going to help you. So small steps today leads to a better tomorrow. Take action now. Your future self will thank you. Because if you leave everything there because you think you're old or you're young, you haven't done anything, nothing is going to change. We talked about leaving the common mistakes and excuses we have and start actually making a plan to move ahead. So the real life reflection, everything we talk here is not just a talk. These are real life experiences we go through. We have seen people getting hit with critical illnesses without even health insurance, and they are left drowning into debt because they did not plan ahead. We have seen people who die without life insurance and they leave their families in limbo. If they had a home, it's gone. If they had children, they're already on the streets. That is an avoidable mistake for anyone. It doesn't matter how much money you make. You can only do what you can afford, and that can help you. So one person, we are actually looking at a life example. For example, if one person regrets mistakes, right? You keep regretting, oh, I made mistakes. It's too late for me. I'm too old. I'm already in debt. I can't help it. Then another person starts actually saving. They learned from their mistake. They are now actually saving or getting into life insurance to protect their families and themselves. and they're investing today. Someone is regretting, lamenting about all the mistakes they made. Another one is actually starting off from that day to invest, to plan, to get onto insurance to cover themselves. Who is likely to be better off in 10 years? What do you think? The one who was regretting and lamenting about the mistakes they made 10 years ago? Or the someone who decided to wake up from their slumber and be like, hey, I wasted 5, 10 years. This is behind me. I am going actually to forge my way forward and reclaim my life. Look at that. Someone who is a regretter, someone who is someone who said, oh, me, I can't do this. This is not for me. They will end up with no savings. They will end up with no plan, more stress, and certainly future. Because that is all they think about, regretting and saying, this is not for me. I cannot do this. This is not for me. I can never start my business. Or I can't take that course to become a financial professional because I don't speak a lot of English. Or I don't know so many people. Stop the regret, stop the mistake, and move. Let us look at that person who started actually right away. The person who started saving, learning, and protecting what they have, they are better off in 10 years because they saved, they learned from their mistakes, and now they're actually living a better life. They are well protected. They invested for their future. So here they're telling us financial freedom. Him doing that led him to financial freedom, and most of all, the peace of mind and more opportunities. You see where this person is headed? The future is greener. Look how this person is. No? All stressed because you failed to make a step. You just have to make a step, no matter how small that step is. So the choices you make today shapes the life you live tomorrow. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter which age you are at today. Make that step. A child who refuses to make steps will never walk. They'll always be crawling. But they have to face their fears and make the first step and fall and make a step until they are strong and start learning. This is what it is with our financial futures, with our financial, freedom. There is no way to escape it. This is real life, and this is how it has to happen. So, what is our action plan? What do you need to do today? Go back home. Track your spending. Again, remember, you don't have to make millions. Track your spending, know where your money goes. You know what is coming in, but do you know where it goes? We have so many subscriptions that eats our money. We don't even know. We don't even use what you subscribed on. If you don't know how to look at that, find some help. We have financial professionals. We are here to help you. Create a monthly budget. This is a plan that will help you to move. Create a monthly budget. Plan your money. Live with a purpose. Build an emergency fund. Prepare for today, for peace of mind tomorrow. Because if you don't start today, your tomorrow is going to be worse than what you are today. Review financial protection. Protect what matters most. I might have taken a life insurance 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was single. 20 years ago, I had no children. Maybe what I took 20 years back is no longer enough. So go back and review what you have. If I took one 20 years ago and now I have a family, I have assets, is that still enough? Or I need actually to improve it or upgrade it? Schedule a financial strategy session. Get expert guidance and stay on top or on track of your finances. People, we are here. We offer this actually financial guidance without even charging you, because this is a crusade we are on to educate our people, to educate our families, to educate our communities. It is a calling that we have actually to push to make sure that no one is left without knowing. But again, we may teach, we may educate, but it is up to you to make the step. If you don't make a step, I'm not going to come to your house to tell you how to save, to tell you how to take that life insurance, to tell you how to invest for your future. I'm an educator, I'm a trainer, but you have to make your step. Again, those small steps today are going to lead to a stronger financial future. If you plan well and protect what you have, it will lead you to prosperity. So, in closing, I hope you all jotting some questions down because I need to hear from you in a few minutes. Your past does not define your future. You have to remember that. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you have made. Let go of what was to focus on. Let go of what was to focus on what can be. Don't focus on what happened 10, 5 years ago. Focus on what your life needs to be today. Every successful journey begins with one step again, like we started off saying. Take that step today. Your future self is counting on it. What is it counting on it? A step you're going to take today after learning these good lessons. Your financial future is determined by the choices you make today again. Choose wisely, act intentionally, build the life you envision. Sometimes I always tell people, when we were all young and children, were thinking about dreaming so big, becoming a doctor, becoming an engineer, making a lot of money, owning so many assets. What happened? Do you ever think to ponder what might have stopped that big dream you had as a child? It's not because you didn't have actually access to any of those. It's because of the mistakes we make. It's because we don't learn from our mistakes. It's because we don't make steps. So, again, you making the step tonight to come here, I believe that was the biggest step you made. And I believe it is going to lead to a bright future if you plan on it, act on it, and start working on it. I appreciate your time and listening. Now, we go back to you. This is your time. I need to listen to you as well as we conclude our evening, and I want to listen to you as well. So open your mics, bring on your questions, or can put them in the chat. I love to hear from you, and thank you. Okay, someone is asking, Rashid Jacques, may I have those PowerPoint slides? Rashid, let's talk after I don't know if you got my number. My phone number is on the slides actually. You can take my number, let's talk, and I might give you the slides, but I don't know if they're gonna help you. I can possibly give you the slides, but I'll give you actual personalized session as well. Here is my number if you want us to, because we usually use 1 hour here, but 1 hour is not enough. Every family, every individual has a different financial need. That is why we always advise you. This is good. This is a good learning as a community, as a family, but we encourage you to schedule your personalized sessions with your family. So here is my number, 817-808-4597, and my email as well, ibfinancialfreedom@gmail.com.
So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Let me give you a case of a person whose age is maybe 60. That person is living on income from his job or her job. The person did not invest. How can he do the investment?
Okay.
He doesn't have any money, any money that he's investing on, even on his home. He doesn't have any. So how can he, what to invest and how can he invest?
Yeah. That is a very, very good question. And that is the reason of us being here. So we talked about people going back to review what they make. Is that person not investing or not saving just because they can't afford to do that? or it's because they're not actually viewing what they are making and see if they are able to save. So this is what we do, Jacques. Mostly when we meet with our people, we do what we call a needs analysis, a financial needs analysis. We look into what you have. Are you not saving? Are you not investing? Are you not planning? Primarily because you can't afford it, or you don't even know where to get that money. We actually work with that person, look into your finances, help you into your budgeting, and see where we can get the money to start investing. That is exactly what we do as financial professionals. So if you have that person, we are here. That's the purpose. This Thursday, we just do this 1 hour financial literacy training, but we encourage families to schedule actually personalized sessions to go through their financial need and be able to be helped on how they can start, how they can actually look into their finances and see how best they can be able to save and invest for their future. Thank you,
Okay,
Jacques. That
thank
is a
you.
very great question. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh. How do we go about making appointment with you to be taught how to start, to review our financial situation?
Yes, ma'am. Again, I shared my number here. Go ahead, call me anytime. Anytime. Let me know your schedule. If you're working and you're not able, my phone number is right here, 817-808-4597. We work with you depending on the time you have. If you're working during the day and you're able to be to meet, it doesn't have to be in person. We do Zoom as well. If you live closer, we come to you, but we get to you depending on where you are and what time you're able to meet. So take my number, is over there. Actually, it's on the flyer, the invite flyer as well. My phone number and my email is on the flyer as well.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. Niba ntawuze, ndashaka kubashimira kuko muduhugura ibintu byerekeye iby'amafaranga. Abenshi ntawatwigishije, ntabwo tubyiga mu ishuri. Cyakora nyine tuzi kugura, guhaha, ariko kubika ntabwo twabyize. Ubu rero kugira ngo muduhugure n'ikipe yawe yose, ndabashimiye kugira ngo muze buri cyumweru kugira ngo muduhugure. Murakoze cyane rwose.
Because thank you. So sister here was thanking for these wonderful trainings that we do every week. Most of these great strategies are now taught in school. Unfortunately, the schools that we pay so much money, but we don't end up being given these good strategies. But she's being grateful that we're able to set aside time for us to learn together as a community. Thank you also for making the time. Those are the small steps we're talking about. Small steps to invest in your time and in your future. Thank you. If we have no other questions, we're going to go ahead and close for tonight. But again, I want to thank you, everyone. This hour you set aside to learn. It is you planting a big seed, a big tree for your life, for your future, for your family, and your generations to come. So we are always here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time, same link, same place. Come, this is a safe space for all of us and learn together as a community so that we can live, we can lead to a financial future, free financial future for ourselves, our families, and the generations to come. Thank you once again. Have a great night. See you again next week as we tackle another topic together as a community. Okay, have a good night, everyone, and thank you. See you again next Thursday, same time.